you again for your work, but also the work of your team over the past few days. You've made a visit very, very enjoyable. To the team at T-Hub, can I say thank you? We've had an amazing day today, just learning about what you've got here, the fact that you are the world's largest innovation centre or campus. I have to say we're very jealous. But I'm not going to let that jealousy go anywhere, because I'm driven now to learn from you and to work with you and to collaborate with you, and hopefully we can bring back some great ideas from what you're doing here to Western Australia. And of course, we're already talking about at least having some of you over to Western Australia later in the year to address some of our conferences, whether it's Women in Technology or indeed Science on the Swan or our West Tech festival that happens later in the year. But we'd love to keep this relationship going. To Edith Cowan University and to DSCI and to CyberWest and DSCI, can I say congratulations? This hopefully is the start of a long-term relationship and great opportunities for our two states, but also the various organisations to share, work with each other on, collaborate on moving forward. So thank you. Vishnu, thank you to you and the government for your support of our delegation, and of course for attending the various events with us today. We're very glad. As I said, for those who heard me earlier on, I believe I'm travelling with Western Australia's best and brightest from our research, academia, business and government sectors. And we've had our chief scientist here, our rockstar chief scientist. I'm very pleased to be one of his clink-ons. And of course, our Deputy Director General of the Department of Jobs, Tourism, Science, Innovation, Linda Dawson. Thank you, Linda. Linda is like many of the senior executives at T-Hub, in that she had a life out there, out in the world. In her case, it was in the mining sector. Western Australia's mining sector is very important to us. But she made a decision to come back into government so she could give back to our state. And Linda, thank you for what you've done, but what you continue to do for Western Australia. And thank you for being on this delegation too. I'm incredibly proud of the various organisations that we have on the delegation. I'm just going to touch on them quickly. So for those of you who didn't hear us earlier on, please, I might get the people when I mention them to put their hand up, wave. So for others in the room who would like to strike up a conversation or contact with them, you can go and have a chat with them later on. So first of all, we've got Adash Australia. Adash are a leading manufacturer in Western Australia, and of course FAS is of Indian heritage too, and FAS does an amazing job in Western Australia, driving me and hopefully driving government to do better on procurement in Western Australia and manufacture locally. CyberWest, of course, you've met Cecily, and congratulations again, Cecily, and they are part of the a state government, a series of state government funded hubs in partnership with a range of universities, and in this case it's with Edith Cowan University, and so thank you, Cecily. To Pawinda, who's here, Dr. Pawinda Kerr, who's here, who is from DNA Zoo at the University of Western Australia. Again, an all-round legend, and is involved in Australia's federal government policy in the innovation and science space. So thank you for being here too. To Hola Health, we've got Lennon who's here. Lennon, where are you? Hola Health is an Australian digital on-demand healthcare platform that connects patients, practitioners and local pharmacies. And so great to have you here, Lennon. We have Has Holdings, who've been on the delegation, but Akshay is not here with us today. We have Innovation Central Perth, and finally I've mentioned Andrew. I forgot about him a few times. Andrew won an award at the Imagine Chennai event a couple of days ago for his presentation. So Andrew, well done. Thank you. And that's Innovation Central Perth at Curtin University, one of our 5 universities in Western Australia. We have Venkat, who's here from Lat60. An Australian company that provides vital insights for our world, and they provide cost-effective, high-resolution satellite imagery and a range of other things, and working across the globe. So good to have you here too. We have Sat, who's here from SatNav, I'll call him, SatNav from QL Space Property. And Sat again is, his mission and their mission at QL Space Property is to develop disruptive space technology that transforms the sector through remote sensing, satellites, sensors, data and deep learning. So a good connection to have. Also, he's been very successful those last few days in India too, with striking up relationships, so congratulations. We've got Red Piranha. We've got no one left from Red Piranha today. They've just left, but they are a cybersecurity company in Western Australia, and they too have had some interesting conversations. We've got Space Angel, who've been here, and they haven't They haven't made it today, but they've been very successful too, and they operate in the space sector, delivering next-generation digital technology and solutions. We also have had as part of our delegation a company that you would all be familiar with, and that is Tata, or Tata Consultancy Services. So a $25 billion Indian company, obviously. We had a West Australian representative here, and we had a very important visit to TCS Consultancy earlier in the week. And again, we've struck up some good bonds and hopefully some good partnerships and some work that we'll work together on moving forward. And 2 more to go. We have our Data Science Innovation Hub, and Alex and Ivana are here. They too are one of our state government supported innovation hubs, and they have again been the stars of the show at Imagine Chennai, and of course here too they've had some interesting conversations and some partnerships. And finally we have Ahmed who's here from WeVolt, and they are a startup on a mission to work to revolutionise sustainable transportation, particularly in the electric vehicle charging space. And so you've also had some good conversations with some local businesses and organisations here too. So all round, it has been a very successful trip. We are immensely proud I'm immensely proud of the team that has travelled with us, and I'm also immensely proud of the work that you have done to strike up partnerships with Indian companies or organisations over the last few days. And I look forward to moving forward, hearing about those partnerships and the delivery of those partnerships. MOUs are vital, MOUs are important, but an MOU itself is only the start of the journey. And so what I want to hear and what I want to help facilitate is, of course, those MOUs being accelerated, put into practice, and then being delivered. And so from my perspective and Western Australia's perspective, I'll make sure that the MOUs signed today will be delivered upon, and I'll make sure that we as a state government give every assistance that we can so that the partnership can continue to grow and flourish. I've said earlier today, there's no point in reinventing the wheel. You've got smart people, we've got smart people, we've got skills, you've got some extraordinary skills and experience, particularly in the innovation space. We want to work together. We want to learn from you, we want to work with you, we want to collaborate, and we want to change the world to make it a better place. Whether that's in decarbonisation, whether it's food security, whatever the issue, whether it's space and the future, we want to make sure that we can collaborate together. Of course, India generally, we share an ocean. We share your Indian Ocean, in fact, with Western Australia. So we on the West are the Western gateway to Australia, and we want to see ourselves as that. And so you're all very welcome to come to Western Australia, and we look forward to welcoming you to Western Australia over the days, weeks and months, and in fact years ahead. I think there's lots of opportunities to collaborate, and I think many of us in this room recognise that, and so let's make it all happen moving forward. A final couple of things, and thank you to the people who put my notes together. I haven't read them, apologies. But I do value the work that's gone in, so I really appreciate it. We have had a focus, and I've been in this role as Minister for a few things, but medical research, innovation, digital economy for just over 14 months now. And I've made it my priority to tie the pockets of brilliance happening across our sectors in Western Australia together. And so we've had a health and medical research strategy that I released a few months ago now, again to put us on the map, to pull all those pieces together and give us a plan moving forward. And so a key focus of our government in Western Australia is laying strong foundations for new opportunities to secure a bright future for health and medical research. We are growing local talent and attracting some of the most brilliant minds from around Australia, but indeed around the world. We think Western Australia is a great destination, not only to live, but to prosper and flourish. And we want to share that with the world. At the same time, though, we want to learn from you. We are a world leader across a range of fields, particularly in the mining sector. So we're very good at autonomous and remote operations, robotics and systems integration. And that has been as a result of our mining sector. And we want to take that brilliance and that expertise and put it across our whole economy. And so we're happy to share those things with you. Another opportunity we have in Western Australia is our Future Health Research and Innovation Fund, and it's a $1.7 billion sovereign wealth fund from which the interest goes into health and medical research and innovation every year. At the moment it's about $50 million a year, and that goes to early, mid-career, long-term researchers to help drive innovation, drive research, and we're very proud of it. There are opportunities in that fund to collaborate with other jurisdictions, and certainly that's something I will look to doing moving forward after the many positive conversations that I've had over the past few days. We have a new industries fund which supports the acceleration of new and emerging businesses to diversify the economy and create jobs and industries, and that too assists start-up and small to medium businesses and enterprises to become economically diverse and to find new opportunities and industries to emerge, to work in. The last thing I'll finish on is, and it's very late in the piece and I'm so sorry you haven't got very much time, but one of the things I was very keen to do as Minister was to make sure that everybody in Western Australia benefits from our economy. Our resources sector is worth about $167 billion to the Western Australian economy every year. Our economy, more broadly, is about $380 billion worth. So resources is worth almost half. Our resources come from an area called the Pilbara region, which is where much of the world's iron ore comes from. So the richness of our state and our country comes from there. And in fact, the richness of the world essentially can come from there because we all benefit from iron ore and from steel. However, around those mines we have big Aboriginal communities, people who've been custodians of the land there for 60,000 years, who were fine, until 200 years ago. The European settlement came and we disrupted their culture and their history. So while there's lots of wealth in these areas, there's lots of poverty too, and Aboriginal people particularly don't get access to the same support and services that people in the city get. So I've created a challenge, which is to reimagine healthcare in regional and remote Western Australia. I was very glad to get $1 million each from Rio Tinto and BHP Billiton. That was a conversation I had to make to their CEOs to say, I want some money from you so that I could have a competition. Those $2 million have been added to by our Future Health Research and Innovation Fund. So we've got a $5 million prize for a new med research, innovation, tech solution that can change lives in the Pilbara. So the process going forward is next Friday applications close. The top 10 will go towards the next round. The top 10 will get $100,000 and an opportunity to come to Western Australia and work with key stakeholders on the ground to ground truth your innovation in the hope that can change lives. And of course, as I said, the winner will get a $5 million boost and also a commitment from the state, from the WA Country Health Service to roll out your innovation or solution in our hospitals. So it's late in the piece. I'm sorry I didn't come to India or to Telangana last year, but for those innovators in the room who've got an interest and got some time off their sleeves over the next few days, put an application in. Having been to WeHub this morning, I know that we're at least 2 people in that room who've got innovations ready, who I think could and may well partner with some of our organisations who are here today to actually put applications in. If this innovation, if this solution works in Western Australia, then it will work in remote areas around the world, whether it's Africa, America, India or wherever. And so I see this as an opportunity to change lives, to change the health outcomes for people in Western Australia. And I think collectively, I'm sure we'd all agree, that's a lofty goal and something we should all be focused on. So look, I'll finish there. Can I say again, thank you very much for your hospitality to the state government here in Telangana, to T-Hub, and thank you for your vision and just your passion and enthusiasm. I leave here a much more fulfilled person, can I say, and I take away with me so many ideas, so many opportunities, and again, look forward to long partnerships together. Thank you very much.